Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Kickback Conversations. We're back from spring break, so we had a great time. Just took a break from the podcast, but we're back at it, and I have a lot of exciting shows for you in store. Just wanted to bring to your attention this show is special because, this is Mother's Day month, and we're super excited because there are certain things that you as a child, let's talk openly real quick. You cannot say to your mom, right? There's things you just can't say growing up, that questions that you wanted to ask her after they said certain things to you that now you can ask. You're a grown adult now, you paying your own bills, you're doing your own thing. But so this episode is all about that, right? In honor of Mother's Day month, we wanted to do an episode of the top 10 things that Black moms say, right? There's some other moms that might say these too, but this is what I'm familiar with. What Black mom, I had a Black mama, and what they say, and the questions and things that it made us want to ask them, right? So we're gonna have some fun with it. I just think that a lot of the things that you just growing up as a kid, you didn't want to get popped, right? Or you didn't want the consequences coming from some of that questions that you might want to ask after your mom put their foot down. So this episode, we will discuss that in full detail and just talk about it, right? So we're gonna talk about it, y'all. Let's go. Number one, I have to talk about this one. First of all, check your tone. How many of us growing up have heard our mother say, first of all, you need to check your tone, right? And the question that I always wanted to ask was like, who made all Black moms music producers, right? Who specializes in music theory and understood pitch and tone, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and should I retreat? Should I go back from that experience when my mom said, check my tone? Should I go to the mirror and say I really wanted to go with my friends though? Nah, that's not gonna work. I really wanted to go with my friends though. Ma, I really wanted to go with my friends though. Yes, ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. This tone may work. Let me go back and revisit the subject. This may change everything. She will probably let me go with my friends because I've checked my tone and now my tone is appropriate for the situation so that I might go with my friends now. Probably still ain't gonna work. I'm still not going with the friends, right? I can check my tone all day long, mama, and I'm not going with the friends, all right? You don't want me to go, right? I just don't understand how that came about. How did somebody first start saying check your tone? Where did that come in? You know what I mean? So that's number one. First of all, check your tone, and I want you to leave some comments in the down below to just give some insight on maybe some experience you had with your mom, where your mom might have said some of these things that we're talking about today, and you want to just get right in. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and go from there. All right, number two, stop crying before I give you something to cry about. We've all probably heard this, right? Because as little kids, we cry, right? We want this, we want that, and we don't get our way a lot of times. Many of us cry, right? Sometimes we cry, we don't even know why we're crying. We just cry, right? Right? That's how little kids are, right? So the question I have here is when she says, stop crying or I would give you something to cry about, has she thought about that? Has she thought about, if he or she doesn't stop crying, I'm going to let them in on a little secret and that's going to really make them cry. Did she go to the local supermarket and pick up my favorite ice cream or my favorite snack and then just put it back and say, one day, if he cries, I'm going to tell him I picked it up, I put it in my basket, but I didn't buy it. You know what I mean? What is she going to make me cry about? I'm already crying. You know what I mean? Is she going to really give me something? Now, a lot of times they mean they're going to give you a spanking, right? But I just wonder about that. Does she have some detailed information in her database of being a mom that would make me cry more? Maybe I'm not at the level of crying that is appropriate for this situation. Maybe she's oh, I'm gonna give you something to really cry about when you find out. You know what I mean? And the second thing I thought about is would giving me something to cry about make her feel better? Legit, would it make her feel better? Would she be you know what? They crying for no reason. Would feel a lot more better within my spirit if they had a reason to cry. You know what I mean? Like, did she mean that she wanted me to watch The Color Purple for the first time? That she wanted to give me a reason to cry? You know what I mean? When they were like silly and all that stuff, or they was doing little hand clap games. I don't know what she meant by that, but parents have said it for decades that they're gonna give you something to cry about. So stop all that crying, right? That's number 2. I can't wait to hear you guys' comments on this. This is a fun episode. All right, number 3, and this is said especially in the South, right? In the South, I'm sure a lot of my listeners and my viewers, if you come from the South, your parents come from the South, they probably said this. Oh, okay, you smelling yourself, right? So the thing about it for me, when I first heard that, like, I literally was like, did she see me, like, literally, like, reach down and smell my t-shirt after I was playing all day outside with my friends? Like, did she see me smell myself? And then I quickly realized it had nothing to do with me smelling myself. It had everything to do with, she thought I was being grown now, right? I was being a little too grown for my age, or maybe I was getting a little too cocky or whatever, and I'm smelling myself, right? So when a black mama says, you smelling yourself, they mean that they realize that you are growing up now. And she realizes that you realize that you're growing up now. You might be growing up a little too fast and you need to slow down, right? So you need to stop smelling yourself, right? It's so much fun. All right, number 3, that's number 3. Number 4, and this is one that, like, one day as a parent, I've always wanted to use. Like, this is, like, people always say, like, man, I can't wait to have kids and all this. But, like, part of me wanting to have a kid is being able to say this line. When we get in this store, don't touch nothing. And nothing is in all caps. Like, you have to emphasize nothing, right? It doesn't mean this thing over here is free to touch and that one's not. Like, when we get in this store, you bet not touch nothing, And I don't know why, like, a lot of black parents say narrow behind. When we get in this store, your narrow behind better not touch nothing. Like, why is my behind narrow? I don't get it, but they say things like that, right? So it made me think, y'all, that why are kids so handsy? Kids are like the handsiest people in the world. Like, it literally, have you ever seen a little kid in the store? And then when their parents tell them they can't touch nothing, they just be like jittering, like, I just want to touch it. I just want to touch it. Like, please let me just touch one thing. If I don't touch it, I'm going to die. I'm going to fall out. Like, literally, like, they feel like touching something literally will just change their life. It will change their experience. Like, things will get better for them now that they touched it. Like, maybe they didn't think it was real, right? They was like, oh, but now we know I touched it. It's really this. Like, you know what I mean? Why are kids so handsy? Why do kids want to touch everything in the store? Like, any and everything. Even stuff that doesn't matter to them as being a kid, they got to pick it up, right? So that made me think about that. And then this is when we learn as a kid that our mothers, and we don't know how they learned this, and they went to a mothering seminar at the YMCA locally, but they learned somewhere that about the you break it, you buy it policy. And they understand they don't have no money for that today. They don't have no money for your foolishness. And you're going to go in there and you're going to touch something and it breaks and it falls down. And then they got to buy the whole rack, right? So they like, listen, when we get in this store, and you know what, black parent, when they real serious, because sometimes they like grit their teeth. When we get in this store, you better not touch nothing. I don't know why they grit their teeth either. Like, it's something they do, but it like, we feel it. We feel the emphasis. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when Morgan Freeman is doing a voiceover, you just feel it differently. It hits different, right? So when we get in this store, you bet not touch nothing. Not a thing. I can't wait to hear what y'all think about that. All right, number 5. This is one of my all-time favorites because my mom used to say this to me all the time. Boy, you better fix your face before I fix it for you. And I never quite understood like what my face was doing at the time. A mirror was not handy, right? So I didn't really understand like what she would do to fix my face, right? So I didn't understand like how many faces will I make? Because kids, I'm telling you right now, kids make 50, 11 faces They make a face for every case. Like they literally make faces all day, every day, and twice on Tuesdays, right? So many faces. And usually the one face that's universal to where a parent will say this is the pout face. They can't stand the pout face. When they told you that you couldn't have a Happy Meal or no, we ain't got time for that. You ain't got no McDonald's money or whatever they told you. And you pouted, oh, no, no, no. They gonna say, we're not tolerating that today. You better fix your face before I fix it for you. And it means that they understand that you have the ability to fix your face. Like it is not out of your jurisdiction to be in the face fixing movement. You know what I mean? Like you had an application that's been approved, right? Because every kid will fix it. They okay, like you know what I mean? I love that. And the best part is when they say that, when they say fix your face before I fix it for you, when they in the front seat or the when they're in one of the front two seats and they look back at you and say it and they just turn. A lot of times they don't even look at you fix it. They just turn. They just know that you about to fix it because I said it. All right, number 6 is my all-time favorite lines that kind of follow each other. Keep playing and see what happens. Keep playing and see what happens. And then the line that usually follows that is, didn't I tell you, right? Keep playing and see what happens and did not tell you are like cousins. Like they're not even like third cousins, they're like first cousins, right? They usually kind of come together, right? So the thing that they say is like, you know, kids develop their imagination here because we see what happens is always bad. When they say keep playing and you're gonna see what happens, it's never like keep playing and see that we about to go to Disneyland. Keep playing and we're about to go for ice cream. Keep playing and we're about to go toy shopping. It's never that. See what happens is always something bad. It's gonna be a punishment. You about to get a whooping. You know, you about to not go out the house. You're grounded. Something bad is coming from see what happens. See what happens is not, you know, but kids, the parent never had to say see what happens and to give a description of what will happen. They just say see what happens. And that kid that's when that child really expresses their imagination. Because their imagination goes to like what all the bad things that could be taken away from them or happen to them in that moment. And usually they freeze. They freeze. They stop playing. Whatever they're doing, they put it down. They sit up straight. They go read the Bible or something. They do something to change that reality. But if they don't, that's when the follow-up line comes. Didn't I tell you? And usually it's didn't I tell you to go sit down somewhere? Somewhere is anywhere away from where you are not sitting down. So did not tell you to go sit your behind down somewhere, right? And we just gotta, or did not tell you to put up them toys that I just tripped over and stubbed my toe, right? Did not tell you. Mamas don't play. They always feel like they told you everything. Did not tell you to go clean that room, right? They feel like they literally have told you everything. Like maybe you were asleep and they were like, one day you gonna clean your room. One day, like, and they told you that, so now they can come back with the did not tell you because they told you, right? You don't have the right of first refusal anymore. Like you know what I'm saying? You know. So keep playing and see what happens. That's even I think a line I've used even on my nephews before, right? And they're great kids, but one time I think one of them was acting out of order, and I said, "Keep playing and see what happens." That boy froze, sat down. He was like, "Victory is mine." Like he started singing a Negro spiritual, something. Like I mean, it just changed because he didn't want to see what was going to happen next. All right, love you, Pearson Gabriel. So all right, next up is number 7 is that your little friend? I don't know what it is, but mamas always want to call that person a little friend. And let me just give a disclaimer here. Like your little friend, that really means that your mom actually knows, that she now lets you know that she knows that you're dating somebody, right? That you got a little friend. A little friend is not necessarily just one of your friends. When it's, oh, you got a little friend now, that means you dated somebody and mama know. Also, I just want to put this out there for people who might not know and they have a black mama like I did. Your little friend also could be 6'8". So ladies, if your mom says, is that your little friend? Brother could be 6'8", just got drafted by the Wizards, and she gonna say he is your little friend, right? Little friend does not matter about size or stature. It just means that's your little friend. It's your little friend, right? All right. Number 8 is the follow-up to that is I'm not one of your little friends, right? And this is usually when we kind of get a little grown with it, you know what I mean? We like, yeah, and we get to that certain age, we feel like we talk to our mom or like she our friend, or we say something off kilter and she's like, what, whoa, wait a minute. you better watch your tone and know who you're talking to, because I'm not one of your little friends, right? She has to assert again that we know that she knows that we should know that she's our parent first, that she's our mom, and she ain't out here playing with us, and she ain't our little friend, right? And this is more talking about little friend, not in like this person you're dating, but your little friends at school, your little friends you get to kiki with, and all that. She's letting you know that she ain't about that, right? She is not one of your little friends, so don't play with mama, all right? And she's also letting you know we have to go and check ourselves because she's not in the mood right now to play. She ain't in the mood. She ain't in the mood. She just heard something on the news. Somebody just called her and told her something or whatever. She is not in the mood. So she is not one of your little friends, okay? You better understand it. You better like it. You better love it. But whatever you do, you need to adjust quickly back into I'm the child, she's the parent, right? So I'm just letting y'all know, I'm putting y'all on some game here because this is what we need to know, right? All right, here we go. Number 9. And my dad used to say this to me too. But black mama say, a hard head makes a soft behind. And when I was younger, I didn't really understand it. But then, I understand. It got to the point, y'all, where I used to like hold my head and rub it and be like, is my head really hard? I know I got a big head, but my babysitter said I got a big head because I got plenty of sense in it. True story, right? I used to rub my head and be like, is it hard? Why my mama say I got a hard head, right? So this is also when she realizes your stubbornness is from her genes, right? But she didn't want to tell you, right? I've often heard parents say that they know when that child, I talked to my dad about this recently, like just literally like when that child is doing something, you like, dang, they're doing it just like me. Like you see a visual picture of how you used to act and be like, oh man, those genes are really strong. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, a black mama was like, when she say a hard head make a soft behind, you better go sit down somewhere, okay? You better not be stubborn anymore. You better not be defiant in whatever way you want to be, because she about to grab the belt on you. She about to, you know what I'm saying? You about to get a whooping. Like it's not, soften that head up, rub it or something, and be like, Mom, you know what? I had an epiphany. My head is not soft, not hard anymore. It has been softened by your love and your grace. And I love you. Can we go to McDonald's now? So yeah, that's number 9. Number 10, and our final one here in this fun episode is, I don't care what so-and-so's mom does. I'm not their mother, I'm yours. Let me tell you, black mothers will wear this line out. They don't care. They don't care. This is when they turn into I don't care what, right? And it usually is like when we're begging to go to like a party or a sleepover or the mall with our friends, right? And we want to go, and our friends are going, everybody going, all that kind of stuff. And then we kind of, and I've done this before, we either mumble it under our breath, or some of y'all real bold, y'all just say it. I'll be like, well, Tony's mom let him go. Like, and she hears you, because we think we mumble it, but mother hears everything. I'm telling you another thing about mother. They hear everything. They don't care. They ask questions they already know the answer to. All mothers are trained to be top tier lawyers, because they ask a question on the stand, but they already know the answer. Right? And that's when they say, I don't care Tony, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, I don't care who mother. Keisha, Lisa, I don't care whose mother. is letting them go to the party, to the sleepover, to the mall. I'm not their mother, I'm yours. And because I am yours, go sit down somewhere, right? So that's the thing. You know what I mean? I feel like our mothers make sure that we know that it doesn't matter what rules apply to somebody else's household or what they own, what they doing, and all that kind of stuff. I'm your mother. You know what I mean? I love when mothers also say, I'm your mother, right? Like you didn't know. Like you were like, breaking news. She's my mother. Like, so yeah, y'all. These are just some of the things that Black mothers say. Want to pay homage to some of the Black moms out here and moms all over that just say some things that as kids we don't fully understand and get, but we understand and get. We learn very quickly because we don't want to go. We don't want to go sit down somewhere. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you had fun with it. Please let me know if there's any that I missed out on that your mom said when you were growing up, and maybe what your reaction was or the situation that you were asking or what you were doing. I would love to hear it. Maybe we could do a part 2 with just some of the comments and things that your mama said that we can address. So I would love to do that. Thank y'all for coming again. This has been Kickback Conversations. Make sure you support us. If you have not yet, you can go to our Patreon, which is Kickback Conversations. And we would love to hear more comments from you. DM us on Instagram, all that good stuff. And like I said, let's hear about what some of y'all's mama says. I want to hear about your mama. What did your mama say when you were growing up? Give us maybe 3 to 4 to 5 things that she said that you thought were very interesting, that you want to share with us. All right. Peace, love, and life.